Oh, honestly,
Really?
the amount of people who are like, no, I prefer like edamame beans. I'm like,
Bruh.
what are we doing here?
If I'm at a restaurant, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So, what is your go-to snack like? Favorite
Like, chocolate, bro.
chocolate. See, this is where we disagree. I think chocolate is supremely overrated.
Really?
I would go crisps, biscuits, chocolate and sweets are like similar.
I would put biscuits and chocolate like in the same category almost.
Nah.
Because if I have munchies, I go to the shop and I'm like, okay, I want something that's like sweet, but still like
Filling.
yeah. So I'll go for a biscuit, like a chocolate biscuit. Like you get them like Foxes, like pack of 5. Like my boy put me onto them.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, these are the ones.
They are elite. They're little.
Yeah,
the
you
white
like
chocolate ones.
Oh yeah.
Crazy, crazy. I do agree.
Yeah.
Favorite flavour of crisp?
Well, it depends what brand we're talking about, innit? What line of crisp? But I mean, like, if it's like a meal deal, go to might be the Sensations.
Oh yeah, that's a
You
classic.
know?
Yeah, that's the Thai. Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. We're on the same page. I feel like we're gonna have a good day. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Vinyl Resting Place podcast. I am Dapo Agiri and I'm here. I'm joined by Kieran Dotwav. Tell him again what you said.
What's going on? You good?
I'm good, fella.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining. Can you let the people at home know a little bit about yourself, a little bit about Dotwavnotwave as well, please?
Yeah, so my name's Kieran. I'm a DJ. I'm also like a co-founder of Dotwavnotwave.
Yeah.
It's like a music discovery platform, I guess.
Okay.
We do like events, parties. We've got like a playlist, and we do like radio shows and stuff like that. So it's centered around like discovering music and like kind of putting on like some of my friends, some people that we like, stuff, whatever, anything goes as well, like any genre.
Any genre.
Yeah.
I love that. That is exactly the same as Vinyl Resting Place. Like that's one of the things that I've actually taken from doing the podcast.
Yeah.
It's just that I listen to a way wider variety of music because I've had people come on and do like heavy metal albums. I've had people come on and do fucking like almost like classic jazz albums.
Yeah.
Like, it is so diverse. And some of it's not for me, don't get me wrong. But it's expanded my taste in music, and like I've got a bigger appreciation for like, do you know what? Like what you like. Like there are bits that you take from all the different genres, all different elements. I love it. Where did Dotwavnotwave start? Let's start there. How did that begin?
So it was in like 2021. My friend Naeem Jr., shout out, he wants to do a party.
Yeah.
And like I already had like my Instagram name was like Kieran Dotwav.
Yeah.
And I think I did like something. It was like Dotwavnotwave because everyone was like Dotwave. And I was like, nah, it's Dotwav. Like,
I would hold my hand. When I first saw it, I thought it was Dotwave.
That's the thing, but it's like it is wave. Like,
yeah,
it's wave
foul. That's it.
But because I actually didn't even know that it was like wave without the E, I was just like, fuck it, Dotwavnotwave.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of like
it rolls off the tongue. Yeah.
And like every time like people like say it like in person as well, I'm like, everyone always says it like, you've Dotwavnotwave, this kind of shit. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it run because you can just make it
what you want. It's memorable. That's the point of it. No, it's so fair.
Literally. So yeah, it started as just a name for a party. Really, it was like 2021. I didn't even know that you could even put on your own party in 2021. Like, because I guess like I went to like gigs and stuff before lockdown, but never like clubbing. Like, so yeah, I didn't even ever think about.
I feel like
a club now.
I feel like it was a thing. Early noughties, people putting on their own parties was that was a way to break into the industry. Whereas our generation, like it wasn't even a option that was like put towards us. Like you didn't see people doing it. But how did you find that process of like putting on your first event? And like,
it's funny because like the first venue that we did it at, it was a place in Dalston, and we actually, it was me and Naeem and our friend Joey. We were like we were trying to go to this one venue in Dalston. I forget what it's called. But on the way to the venue in Dalston, we walked past this other spot. And we were like, oh, it looks kind of nice in here. we went in there for like a drink, and then we're looking around. We're like, yo,
should we do
it here instead? So we asked them, like the guy, he was like, yeah, this and that. Oh, like cool. And then we tried to go to the other spot, and I think the other spot was even closed. So it was like, okay, it must be like a sign type shit. And then it's funny because like we did the party, I wasn't even there. Like, yeah, I was supposed to be DJing, but I got COVID. I got COVID like a week before, and like obviously I told Naeem, like I told like my close friends and stuff, like I had it, so they were like, oh, like are you gonna come to the thing? And then I wanted to go, but then like Naeem was like, oh yeah, like some people were like just go this and that, and the other people were like, nah, like don't go, because obviously like if someone gets it and they pass it to someone at home, blah blah blah, it's long. So I just had to like FaceTime like everyone like at one point, like see what's going on. But yeah, so first party wasn't even there. I guess it's like, I don't know, it's funny.
Yeah, it's a story to tell at the end of the day, exactly. And at least it like was able to happen. Like, it didn't crumble apart. So then, how do you progress from that first party to the radio shows and building a brand into where you are now?
I guess, I mean, to be honest, a lot of the things that have happened, like especially progression, a lot of it has been like, I don't want to say random, but just a bit like falls into place like a little bit, like especially with the radio stuff. Like we didn't really ever think about, oh, a radio show is something that I really want to do for this thing. Like I've been into DJing, I've been into like doing my own radio show, but then we did like the first Bellamy show, we just like had our friends there, and we're like, okay, fairs, like people actually liked it, like did stuff for like our friends as well, like in terms of streams and shit. Like one of 8 Seasons songs that he like previewed on there, people were like, oh my god, drop this, and then we're like, wow, people actually care, like kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
but it's exposure, that's the thing. And like I think you don't realise until you put it out there that there is an audience for it. Like, unless you're actually creating it, no one's going to tell you that, oh yeah, we fuck with this, oh yeah, we want to get involved. But as soon as you start putting things into the right space, like even with this, like I've always known I wanted to be in and around like the music industry, and I didn't really know what area it was going to be in. I picked up little things there, and I've like done a bit of singing, like doing features and stuff like that, and I just never like settled on something. Started doing this, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, actually like this is something that suits you, and like trying to get more presenter gigs and things like that. Like it kind of happens more naturally when you start doing the thing. Like I found that without not trying is not the right word, but without necessarily like actively looking for the next opportunity or the next thing that you are gonna do, it sort of appears. Like it starts to make sense, because once you're starting doing stage one, you start to see, you meet people, you network, you do all the things, and then you're like, okay, well, if you take this section, like I take this podcast in May, we're doing the first live show.
Mad.
Like that's never something that I ever thought would happen. We've got Verbs and the producer called Zara doing live show gig off the back of it, and like hopefully we're gonna sell the place out. And it's like,
where is it?
It's in Manny. It's crazy how things just change without really thinking too much about it. Like,
stars align.
Facts. It makes you and I think, I don't know how you find with these things, it can be quite hard to see the progression when you're doing it. Like you're doing it and you're enjoying it, and that's like the main part of it, but you're like, it's hard to have the end goal in sight because you're spinning plates and there's so many things going on. But then when that next thing comes, you're like, okay, that's a bit of validation, and like, okay, you're doing the right things, you're going on the right path. It's nice to see it. Like, and I feel like I look at people like you. I look at like Charles and like Crowd Control. Like, these are things that have just started up because you were doing what you wanted, and the opportunities have come from that. Like, I was gonna mention Fashion Week, Paris. How does that happen?
Yeah, literally. Again, the stars align again. Like about like people you meet, like Power. Shout out them guys over there. Like their streetwear brand from London. I literally met one of the guys that run the brand because I used to work with his flatmate. Like someone like that. Like I literally met him, and he was like, we were just talking about stuff, and we had loads of stuff in common, like music and fashion and stuff. He's like, I actually run a brand, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this. Do you want to like do the music for it? And we're like, definitely.
Of course we do.
Yeah, but shout out Crowd Control as well. I went to their event on Friday night.
Oh yeah, it looks sick. It looks sick. I feel like they've. Like, I went to school with Charles.
No way.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about, because he was doing the video for Renell at the the Zuko show.
Oh.
So he was shooting the video for No Music Tonight.
Oh.
Yeah. And we were stood there talking. We were like, he was like a year younger than me at school, and we were stood backstage, and we were like, it is mental that now, after having maybe not really spoken to each other for like 6-7 years, me, Renell, Charles all went to school together, and we're all just sat there like working on this project, like sat at the back of Rough Trade, being like, how the hell has this happened? How the hell have we got here? Stars align is the best way to describe it. Like you can't like pre-plan these things. You just need to put yourself in the position to make these happen, and it is crazy, but in the best ways. And it's nice to see that. I think there are spaces in the industry that I feel like things like Dotwavnotwave have started to capture, because I feel like your audience base, and correct me if I'm wrong, like you have like the ears of like the next generation of music fans. Like I feel like there is, I can't remember where I was. Where was I? I think I was at an event or a gig, but I saw someone, must have been like 18, 19, and he had a Dotwavnotwave sticker on his, and I was like, yo, you man, okay. And I was like, God, this is just, for him, this is just like his like insight into up and coming music. This is a way that he's like developing his taste, his sound, or like things that he's going to be a fan of in the future. And like, you man aren't even aware that like they got that effect. It's sick. Damn. Let's talk a little bit about music scene in the UK right now, because obviously I feel like there's a lot of different sounds that you get on your radio shows, and like what do you feel, or who do you feel like is really up and coming next up? Could be your boys, it could be whoever. I'm just interested to know what your take is on, like, not just maybe in the near future, but like long term, what artists, what sounds are going to start like emerging in the UK, because there's a lot going on.
That's a good question. Rap has already like been the biggest genre, like worldwide. Yeah, and I think now, especially in the UK, I think finally we're kind of seeing some like sort of like respect from the States, from UK sound. I guess that's probably because I was talking about this the other day with my mates, but I think maybe it's probably because like, no disrespect, but American trap sound is probably getting a bit washed out now.
I think it's been washed out. But personally, I just think I have struggled to see a lot of variety in it. Yeah, same. I think that's the issue. Whereas like in the UK, not even just in maybe more trap spaces, but UK rap in general, I think what is coming to the fore is that alternative. Like whether it be mellow grime, whether it be like people going back to maybe more traditional grime roots, like we're not trying to keep churning out the same sound because that's what's commercially viable. Yeah. People are trying to make the music that is like fitting to them, that the sound that they want to portray, regardless of how successful it is. Yeah. And it just so happens that people are resonating with it, rather than the other way around in the States, where everything is this big mass market of like commercialization, and like numbers and streams and things are the be all and end all, and you can be famous in your state and make millions like that. So like doing what is popular makes sense. So I feel like you're finding that there is just this cycle of the same sound over and over and over again. And it's not to say that it's bad. I enjoy the genre. It's just like it can be draining. Yeah, it can be really draining,
because it almost sounds like a lot of people, like, I don't know, you can kind of tell that where they get the influences from, like just by listening to like other stuff. Well, I guess that's good, because, you know, people hear stuff they like and they want to replicate it. And that's fine as well.
Yeah, of course.
But I feel like the more interesting stuff for me is stuff that's like crossing genres, like High Tech, Detroit. Yeah, like, come on. They're like probably up there, my favorite artists, but also just so exciting. So like if you like rap, you like it, but if you like techno, you like it. So that's like most of the people on planet Earth like that could probably like their music. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like fun. That's also another thing about their music. It's fun. Like there's like techno and rap, which can be fun, but especially even just listening to their music or even seeing them live. When you see them live, then I feel like, okay, yeah, this is what you want to do. This is what you want to do.
Yeah, facts.
But then listening to it, it's like it'll just uplift you, you know, like because it's just like it doesn't take itself too seriously. Like lyrical content is actually like it's funny, but it's not like a joke.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? Like it's like it put a smile on your face, but you're not like laughing at it.
It's lighthearted.
Yeah, it's lighthearted.
Exactly. But then it's
like,
not
lighthearted. That's where like you don't hear a lot of lighthearted stuff. No. Everything is either like super like, oh my god, drugs, depression, or it's like on the other side of it, it's like super happy.
Yeah,
there's nothing that's just like in the middle, like real life stuff.
Reality.
Reality.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like 3 of the things you mentioned I resonate with a lot. One, I think genreless music is the way forward.
Yeah.
I think all my favourite artists at this point in time are taking snippets from everything. Like they have a diverse like range of influences, and that's what creates what they're doing. And like I always find that there's artists that I really want you to listen to them, but they're like, how do you describe this? I don't know. I can't really put it into words. That's the best ones. And they are always the best.
Yeah.
I think the idea of like reality, whether it be on the like happy side or like more like melancholy side, that is something that I need in music, because not everything has to be the extremes.
Yeah.
Like not everything has to be like, the world is the worst place in the world, or like the extremes of happiness. Like most of us operate in that squashed middle of like everyday living, and like high tech or like artists like that. If you can capture that mentality, I feel like it speaks to more people. Like it'll be able to. You don't have to be appealing to like a certain demographic or snapshot of life. Like it can be something that can carry you through. You can listen to it when you're like getting ready to go out. You can listen to it when you're on the bus. Like universal music it's hard to make, but really, really important to have. And then like finally, I think sometimes music can be quite stush.
Yeah.
That is something that I've kind of taken from like even meeting certain people.
Yeah.
Like it's that you've got this persona. Yeah, you've got this like that aura that you're trying to put out. But like at the end of the day, like you're doing something quite fun. Like you're creating something and putting it out to people. People are loving it, and like you're not basking in the enjoyment of it. And don't get me wrong, there's all the stresses that are involved in it. But sometimes I listen to music and you see interviews or you like see snippets and clips of people and you're like, take it easy. Like it's all right. Enjoy the process of it. And obviously you don't know what's going on in everybody's lives. But I think that idea of that putting yourself away from the like weight of everything, and it's like, okay, like this is what I want to do and I'm doing it. Let me enjoy it. I always have it like DJs. Seeing a DJ gasp with their set makes me like, I will be a better audience member if you're up on stage like just laughing, loving life, like enjoying. You've got your boys behind you, like because you're creating a party. Enjoy the party. Like be a part of the vibe that you're curating. Like enjoy that. But then like you I've been to see some of my favorite DJs and they look miserable, and it does have an effect on like regardless on how good the tunes are. If they're just like locked in, not engaging, like just don't look like they want to be there. If I'm close enough to see them, then I'm like, oh, this is a bit dead.
I feel you on that. I also feel like sometimes with like the DJ stuff, but if the music is like carrying, like even last night I saw my friend Salma play, and like she played like a tune that had like a build up, like had like a kind of, it almost like brought the energy a little bit down, but because it was building up. And she was like, talk to everyone like, you gotta wait. And I'm like, you know what? That's actually crazy, because that was me. I'll just like be there like just wait for it in my head. I'm saying just wait because you'll like it when it drops. She's actually like fully engaged. I guess just a show of like who you are as well as a person. Sure. Like she's like not like comfortable, like outgoing kind of person. So kind of bring that energy to like the set as well. So then it makes it, you do enjoy it better.
I always think when I go to Renell shows, his like audience participation is it's like he's doing a stand-up.
I was literally gonna say that. He went at Hootenanny, I'm like, because at Rough Trade I was like, cool, I didn't really appreciate it, but at Hootenanny I was like, rah, like bro is like putting on a show, like making sure everyone's engaged and like keeping them engaged for the whole time, and like, the music slaps, but him as like a actual like presence.
Person.
Like that's like, again, that's kind of rare as well, because a lot of people like with the MC stuff just go up there, just do their song and that's it. But the only other people that I've seen like Ronell's kind of like bringing that almost comedic flair, like Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah,
that's the only person I would say. When I seen him, I was like, bro, he's engaging with the crowd. It's like he's keeping it. It's not just rapping. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's like playing other people's songs. He's like chatting shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And those are the things that like I always say, like every time you go to live music or you go and see something, like regardless of how many shows that person's doing or how many times they've done this set before, blah blah blah, that night is that night. Like you and the other people in the room are the only people who are going to experience that night as it is. So if the artist has something that is always going to be malleable, like the improvisation of conversation and like basing things off things that you see in the crowd and whatever, like it makes that experience that bit more unique for everybody involved. Like, and I think that is, everybody's going one to hear the music for the experience. So like having that thing or that like little element that people can take away and be like, oh, do you remember when he did that on stage? Like that's so crazy. Like it will stick in people's minds a lot longer than just like someone who goes, plays their song, leave. Like I've had one of my like disappointing is not the right word, because I went to see No Name last year at
was it Hammersmith?
I thought she was sick, but because she didn't have any of the features and like it was just like her rapping was cold, top tier, but like it felt so straight, song to song to song to song, and I was like, oh wait, now it's done. And I was like, I kind of never got like as full an experience of it as I probably would have liked. Like I've been waiting to see her since Telephone came out.
Crazy.
I saw her last year and I was like, okay, she did dive back into it, and there was a bit of crowd interaction as there always should be, especially at a show like that big. But it was just like I didn't feel like I got any deeper an insight into her or any deeper an insight into the music or something that like was different from what I hear on the recordings. Like and for that, especially with how intricate her bars are, like super impressive that she was like studio crisp on stage like that. But I left feeling a little bit like it was great. I'm glad I've ticked it off my list, and I would definitely go and see her again. But it didn't really hit in the same way that I saw, like for example, Action Bronson. Like, I saw Bronson at 2017. This is at Roundhouse. This time ago. Bro was throwing out. This was after Mr. Wonderful. He was throwing out coffee machines. He was giving he was giving away prizes in the set. Coffee machines, Cocoa Pops, like a random cardboard cutout. He jumps into the audience. I remember grabbing his beard. Like those are moments that I was like 17. Like, those are moments I'll never forget. And like, that is what I look for and I love about live gigs, live shows.
Action's like a showman when he plays live. Like I feel like when I first saw him, like I like his music, but I'm not like super clued up on his tracks. But after I saw him live, I was like, whoa, like I don't even need to know his songs, like, because he's just such a character. Like he's got energy, he's got persona, like he's doing like all this like posing. Like this. I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like, but it's hard. It's hard.
He knows who he wants to be, and that's it. Like he's like, if you don't like it, cool. Exactly. I'm gonna be there every single time I step on stage. No, that's sick. I want to play a little game. And this is going to lead us onto your vinyl resting place pick quite nicely. I've got a version of Snog, Marry, Avoid or Start, Sub, Sell if you're a football fan, called Sign, Stream, Skip. So basically, sign is if you're a record label, you'll sign it. Stream is something you listen to, you fuck with. Skip, get gone. Get gone. For this edition of it, it's going to be 90s hip hop groups. So are we going to, out of Mobb Deep, Tribe Called Quest, and Wu-Tang Clan, who are we signing, streaming, and skipping?
I'll say it straight off the bat. I'll sign Mobb Deep.
Stream
Wu-Tang. I'll skip Tribe. Damn, sorry.
You're not
sorry.
I would reverse that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I would start Tribe, or I would sign Tribe.
Yeah.
I would stream Wu-Tang, and I would skip Mobb Deep.
Okay, fair.
But
you know what?
We'll get into why, because we're going to talk a bit about Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
Can you tell us your vinyl Rest in Place album? We'll take it from there.
So my vinyl Rest in Place album is The Infamous by Mobb Deep, Havoc and Prodigy.
Yeah.
A duo from Queensbridge, New York City. Yeah, I guess I chose this record because, I mean, obviously, like, the two singles, Survival of the Fittest and Shook Ones Part 2, like, I think Shook Ones, I remember just hearing that when I started getting inside the 90s stuff, I just heard it. I don't know how I heard it. But I used to rinse it out. I used to rinse it out. Like, it's just one of them tunes you can just, like, back every day.
Shook Ones Part 2 is in the top 10 hip-hop tracks ever, of all time. Like, it's stupid. Yeah, I agree.
But I remember, like, actually listening to the album, and, like, for the first time, it's just like, wow, like, I don't know. It's just one of the ones where you just remember listening to it.
How old were you when you found it?
I think I would have been, like, 15. 14 or 15,
fairs.
something like that.
And it just, as like an introduction into this, into that type of hip hop, like it is one of the better produced albums, and the fact that like they do it majority all themselves, like it blows my mind that it's such a like polished piece of a project. Like it is very high on my list of like hip hop albums. And I think controversially, I think sometimes we can get quite like bogged down in the Wu-Tang Clan. We can get quite bogged down in the Illmatics of it all. And, like, don't get me wrong, like Illmatic is one of my favorite albums of all time, but like I think Mobb Deep do get lost because like people forget how fucking talented they were, and they were doing it all. Like I think they released this album when they were like 19.
Yeah, like,
literally. Like this was just two people who were supremely gifted. Yeah, and like I'm pretty sure they're touring the UK now.
Yeah, well, I saw them in Brighton.
Did you?
Yeah.
What was that saying?
It was good. I mean, because obviously it's just Havoc. It's Havoc and Big Noid.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, bro, they're rapping they're not missing a beat. Like there's no backing track. It's just straight beat. Like they're rapping, like they're going crazy, like, and it's like mad because it's like they got so many songs. Yeah, like they got so many bangers. It's like,
do.
I remember during the set, I was just thinking to myself like, oh yeah.
I forgot this one.
I forgot about this one. Like, so yeah, I mean, but I can imagine like seeing Prodigy live with Havoc as well back in the day. That must have been definitely something like, you know.
Was the show in 2024, 2025? Was it as like raucous as I would have expected, like an old school, like in the 90s, early 2000s? Guaranteed a Mobb Deep show would be like a threat to life. Yeah, was it that level here? Or
you know what? I thought it was gonna be like majority like older people, so to speak, like people who know about this stuff. But the majority of the crowd were like teenagers.
Really?
Yeah, like there was like loads of like teenage boys there, like at the front, like going crazy. Like I'm just thinking to myself like this just means that like, because I've been to a lot of like old school hip hop gigs before, and it's a similar crowd, like you know, like there's snapbacks with the beards. that's what they say. The stereotype is.
But it is true. That is. Like...
Well, then you see this, and it's like they've actually got like the youth coming to the show. Like that basically means that they're like gonna live forever.
They're timeless. They're timeless. And rightly so. Like, rightly so.
Yeah.
I think that is one thing though. Like speaking about hip hop fans and whatever, like doing a lot of work with High Focus and stuff like, over the time, like there, especially in the UK, there are two types of people. There are the people who are around for it, so the OGs, so they're pushing their late 30s, 40s now. But then you think about like when you picked up this album, you were 15.
Exactly.
When I started listening to hip hop properly, I was like maybe 13, 14, like jumping into the US side of things. So like teenage boys is then the next biggest demographic, because for whatever I guess it's not for whatever reason. I think a lot of the artists when they were making it, granted it's all like old school, before our time, blah blah blah. But they were our age when they were making.
Exactly.
So it appeals to
the youth.
Yeah.
I feel like even in hip hop as well. I remember like when I first started getting into hip hop like properly. I feel like obviously I wasn't around for like the punk era. But I can kind of see the similarities because I feel like hip hop. It's like the most expressive genre in terms of like lyrical content. So you're listening to people cussing. They're saying this crazy stuff on this track. You're like, oh my god, like I've never heard anyone say this before.
I've never heard anyone say that.
Yeah.
Is he allowed to say that?
Is he allowed to say that? Like, and that's why you get into it because it's so like it almost feels like you shouldn't be listening to it. Like as like you know, the parental advisory stuff like back in the day, like obviously they used to go crazy when they see that. Yeah. But it's like I don't know. There definitely is like a rebellious feeling when you're hearing like the Shook Ones, for example. Like, you know,
it's true. It is true. We know this is a good album, and I'm going to talk a little bit about why I'm a skip Mobb Deep in the pantheon of Tribe and Wu-Tang. But like, for you, like, where does this album sit? Like, what is it about it that made it kind of
my pick?
Your pick. Yeah.
To be honest, it's one of them ones where it's like, so I listened to it when I was 15, but I feel like when I first heard it, it's just like, okay, cool. I listened to it one time, but then as I've like grown up a bit, like listening to it, probably like, I feel like I've probably listened to it at least every year since then. At least one time.
That's a big sign. At least
one time, like all the way through. And even now, like when I was deciding, because it was between this and another album, which I guess we'll talk about later, but I was like, I'll go with this one because it's so easy to listen to. And there's so many different tracks. Like there's so many different vibes. It's like, I don't know. It's almost one of the ones where, you know, when you like don't know what to listen to, you put something on that you know you're gonna like you like. It's like this. Like I can never be like, oh, I don't want to listen to this right now. There's any vibe. Like you can listen to this early in the morning. You can listen to this late at night. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I get it. I do get it. I 100% get it. My thing. My butt. I don't know if there are as many in the album. I don't know if there are as many vibes as I would like. Like a tune like Temperatures Rising. I need like a couple more of them in the album just to like keep me as a listener like jumping in between. I think this is not like it's not a Mobb Deep thing, because as I was like preparing for the episode, I was like, I know I love this album. I do know I love this album, and I was listening through it, and I try to listen to everything back to front at least 3 times before, and like actually pinpoint what I actually think about the album. And I find myself like losing track of where I am. Like it kind of plays on, which in some instances I think can be a really positive thing. Where it's like this album can be like one just long continuous piece of music. But I kind of feel like I get a bit of flavor fatigue. And I think it is because it's that hardcore like road rap style.
And it's the drums as well.
And I think that is the thing for me when I compare like a Mobb Deep to a Tribe. Like for me, one of the best things about Tribe Called Quest is just the beat selection and like the variety and then the different flows that come on top of it. I'm like, I struggle to liken you to anybody else. Like I find people copying you, but like I don't know. I don't get bored listening to Tribe ever. I don't get bored listening to Tribe. Whereas even Wu-Tang, to an extent, I think they benefit from having a variety of different MCs on it.
Like even the Murder Music album, that one is like almost like Temperatures Rising in terms of like it's a bit more commercial, a little bit more, but it's still Mobb Deep.
Mobb Deep, and I think that's it for me. And it's a personal preference. Thing. My approach to music is always going to be on the more melodic side of things. Like, that is always what I gravitate towards. Whereas like, okay, I love Temperatures Rising. Obviously, I love Shook Ones. I love Eye for an Eye. But then, when's the last time that I have listened to this all the way through? And it's like, okay, well, it's because I get to the stage where I'm like, I feel like I'm hearing the same thing on a repeat. But that's just me nitpicking.
No, I do know what you mean by that. I mean, I feel like definitely towards like the end of the album, there are some tracks where it's like, okay, cool. But the one reason, like, the reason I would say I chose it is probably also because of like, just like them as MCs is quite like, hypnotic.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's all like they're very good at like storytelling, like painting a picture. Like you feel like you're there with them,
100%.
And I feel like Wu-Tang. I mean, I feel like Method Man. If I hear Method Man rapping, I'm like, yeah, I'm in the room with him.
Yeah.
I'm like Wu-Tang as a whole, like they're wicked. But I think in terms of like the storytelling, like actually like saying it how it was for them, I feel like this album does a good job. Like 36 Chambers is like, it's good. It's a great album. It's a classic. Yeah?
Careful what you're gonna say there.
But it's one of them ones where it's like, I don't know, the vibe has to be right.
Yes.
I can't wake up, slap on 36 Chambers like,
facts.
Or in the morning,
yeah.
Like I could, but I don't
want to. No, 100%. I think 36 Chambers is a way more like taxing.
Yeah.
Like, this
because it's like, oh my god, like,
yeah,
it's like a horror movie.
Yeah, it's visceral, bro.
Yeah.
It is 100%. Yeah. But then when you are in the headspace for it, it's unmatched. Yeah. Whereas Infamous is genuinely like a really easy listen.
Yeah,
like, I think in a lot of ways, like
it's accessible.
Yeah,
it's very accessible.
100%. I think that going back to like the idea of what people perceive hip hop as and things like that. Like, I think this side of hip hop is maybe missed a little bit. Like there's a lot of jazz influences and a lot of it's a lot more nuanced than just like what the bars are saying and maybe like the background and the context behind it. But like they don't necessarily, like Mobb Deep don't, and outside of people who listen to hip hop as a like passion, it's not a name that comes up on a regular basis. It's not something that people aren't gonna be like, oh yeah, I know Prodigy. Like, it's not something that comes to people's minds. Where if this is what they listen to, this is what they engage with first, they'd probably still be offended by some of the context and some of the lyrics, but they'd be a lot more comfortable listening to it. Like, whereas if you drop people in with like a 32 chamber, just for argument's sake, people are
it's
blown away.
It's
controversial. That's the thing. Favorite song on the album?
Trife Life. Because that's because of the storytelling. Like, just like, I don't know, it's just one of them ones where I'm like, whoa, like, I don't know, I've listened to it so many times, I still don't quite understand what the story is, but I'm still like, okay, they're running away from something, or something's gonna, like, they think something's gonna happen, something's not quite happening. I don't know. It's just one of the ones where I guess it's open to interpretation.
I feel like there are a couple songs, and Trife Life is one of them, that I hear like progressions of that track in more modern music. So like, Trife Life to me is just a precursor to like Art of Peer Pressure Kendrick. Like that is that style of like, you are literally following this story from start to finish. It's like making a play in a 5-minute track.
Like literally, like a TV show.
Like literally, and Temperature Rising. I don't know if you I don't even listen to Summer Drop, Corday and Anderson .Paak.
No.
Listen to that track. That is it is a 2024 LA version of Temperature Rising. It's like the summer's here. It's hot out, but we're still on the block, and it's the I can't even explain it. Like, they are different songs, but the vibe is spot on. As soon as I was like, this is just fucking Corday. I knew that it was when I first. I would recommend the album anyway. Corday's
is it a grey cover?
The grey cover.
Yeah.
It's top tier. Crossroads, the Crossroads. I recommend it highly. I think this is him at his peak now. Like he's starting to come into his bag. But I was like, this song has like such a familiar feel to it, and it is because it's Temperature. It's the same setting, same backdrop. Just one's New York based, one's LA, and they're 30 years apart. But it is.
I guess like Corday, he used to be in a group as well. I guess, or it was the YBN.
Corday.
And obviously, like Namir, I don't know what happened to him.
I don't know what happened to him. No.
But Corday, he's just gone.
He's gone clear.
Yeah.
So, Anderson .Paak's on that track. They did. Have you ever seen The Front Porch?
No.
So it's a YouTube channel, and they do live sets of like
performances.
Where
did Snoop do one?
Yeah. Corday and Anderson .Paak did one outside in like Compton or wherever they're from. So they're apparently like family friends, bro. Like go to each other's like kids' naming ceremonies, family friends, and then they're both like platinum selling artists, and they do a cover. They do a version of Summer Drop on that, and to be honest, their whole front porch set is unbelievable. I forgot that Anderson .Paak can rap like that.
He's different, isn't he?
He's one of the most talented people going right now.
I know.
He's one of the most talented people going right now. Like I find it mental that his band are now they're over the Free National.
That album is insane.
Stupid.
That album is insane. I was actually listening to the West Side Gun song on there. Bro, the West Side Gun song is disgusting.
It's nuts.
It's so oh my god.
I'm hopefully doing some content at Cross the Tracks this year.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, free ticket to go see Free Nationals? Yes.
Are they playing?
Yeah. They're stupid.
Damn.
And West Side Gun is
Jazz Cafe.
Yeah. I went last year.
Yeah, so did I.
It was proper good vibe.
Yeah, I think I saw Ronaldo there last year actually.
Oh shit, that's right. I probably we were probably there. Yeah. It was a good day, and I'm very tempted to go again.
Yeah, I got a ticket. I can't lie.
Have you? Because West Side Gun and Benny the Butcher.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, and that the little greenhouse thing, bro. The Alchemist set.
Yeah. When he played a Mobb Deep tune.
Yes.
It went off. Everyone had their hands in the air. I'm like, whoa, we're back in the 90s now. Like,
it was one of those fucking settings. I've said it on the podcast. Like, it felt special.
Yeah,
because
really
everybody who was in that little fucking greenhouse was there for the Alchemist to Rock Marcy to Elsewhere. Like, that is what people bought tickets for.
Yeah.
So like the appreciation levels for it were through the roof.
I think I stayed in there like majority of the day. Yeah. Like as soon as I think it was Moonchild Sanity.
So
as soon as she was playing, I was there. Like, I had the same spot for the rest of the day.
Oh, it was
my
crazy.
legs were finished. By the end of it, I was like, oh, bro.
But the thing is, because it was so packed out, it was one of those things that if you leave, I remember Renell during Alchemist was like, I might go to the toilet before Rock, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not moving. Yeah, you can go, and I will meet you when I meet you, but I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving this. And who else did we see? Rhapsody earlier. Rhapsody it was such a good festival.
Rock Marciano's set was mad though, because I've seen it before, but like he just played for ages, and I was just like, bro, like there was a lot of tunes where I was like, I don't know this one.
Did he overrun?
Maybe
because they cut. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And that was heartbreaking to me. I was just like, I've got a lot of appreciation for Rock Marcy, but Earl Sweatshirt that's what I grew up.
Yeah.
On. That was. I remember the first time I saw Earl, I was 16 at Wireless.
Oh, and he played Wireless.
He played it was ASAP Ferg, Earl Sweatshirt, Chance the Rapper.
Mad.
All played on one stage, and I was there, and I was like, "This is
wow."
And you look at where this was maybe 2014, like from then to where they are now is crazy. Like, they were all on like some small tent stage, like just started to come up, not really made a name. It was sick. I broke a little toe during Ferg's set. Yeah, I remember leaving. I was like hobbling away. Went to hospital there. Yeah, you broke your toe. Like that.
Worth it.
And I do it again.
Mad.
You mentioned that there was another album that you were potentially choosing.
Because when I was writing the email, I literally wrote that name of the album and then before I sent it, I was like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Last minute changes. Go on, tell me what it was. The other album is Double Cup by DJ Rashad. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I've been like I went to my friend Seb. He does this thing called Tropical Waste.
Yeah.
So they do like footwork nights.
Yeah.
So he booked DJ Spin and RP Boo. Like it was like end of Feb at MOT.
What?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like I've like been into footwork stuff. Like, but since that night, I've just been like obsessed. Like I've been going on YouTube, like typing in anything I can watch, like Tim and Barry, like TV. They've done so many videos about like DJ Rashad, DJ Spin. it's crazy.
That is.
And again, this album is another one that like, I don't know, it gives you like, it puts you in a good mood.
Well, I think that's with Footwork in
just,
it is good vibes.
Yeah,
it is good vibes. Yeah,
and there's even like so many samples on there as well. Like even like, yesterday, like just randomly, I heard like 2 tracks. Like one at the set, I was like, oh, he sampled this song, and then another one, I was like, oh, he sampled this as well. Like you know, like it's crazy.
It's crazy.
But yeah,
and I feel like DJ Spin, especially, but like DJ Rashad, the talent, it blows my mind. It blows, like it's one of, I feel like it's one of those genres, and I feel like it's not for everybody. Like it's definitely an acquired taste, but you have to, regardless of whether it's something that you're going to vibe to or something that you're going to be putting on over and over again, you listen to an album like this, you have to appreciate like the work that it's got. Like it's serious.
It's a mental album as well. Like some of I think it's the Reggie track, like towards the end, it just feels like it's like, oh my god, like I'm like, where am I right now?
It takes it spins you out. I was not expecting you.
Really?
No, not at all. Because I just not in like.
I guess it's the unexpected.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I just think it's one of those things that passes a lot of people by. Like, if you like. I mean, I guess if you weren't at that night at MOT, like it wouldn't have come across. You wouldn't have come across it, like especially here as well. Like, I feel like it's just not something that like permeates a lot of our space. But fucking sick album.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing as well. Like I remember hearing this album for the first time. I'm like, yeah, this is like amazing album, but it's one of the ones where you want to hear it out. Like you want to hear it like in a big room, like with the speakers blaring, and then when you actually like. I mean, to even see like Spin live is like fair. That's like
insane.
Like the album was recorded at his house. Like he's featured on like most of the tracks, like which is just mad. Yeah, like I can imagine seeing them together would have been
elite.
Yeah,
100%.
Would have been an experience.
Massively so. Massively so. I want to switch up a bit.
Yeah.
Normally we ask like guilty pleasures or things that you people wouldn't expect you to listen to.
Yeah.
But I am intrigued to hear like what artists or what genres you're really bumping right now.
Yeah.
What are things that you just like,
you know what?
Just taking up your brain space right now?
I listened to OK Lou.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know about her. My friend put me on. It's like a French, I guess it's like ethereal pop,
like
indie, not indie, like
alternative.
Yeah, it's like spacey, like it's some weird, but it's like it's
futuristic.
It's like electronic.
What's that?
It's almost like hyper pop-ish, but like not really like as fast, like and in your face as that. It's more like kind of like, I don't want to say there's not much going on. It's like you kind of got to. It's not all about what she's saying. It's not all about the production. It's just about like the vibe.
Leaving space for
leaving space for like just things to like kind of like almost like ambient stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But it's again another one when you see them live and you're like, because I listened to her a couple of tunes before I saw her live, but I saw her live, I was like, okay, I need to go listen to the new album. Like, I need to go actually enjoy it, because even the show, like it was there was a lot of thought put into it, you know, like. She like cut all the lights at one point. She had like a torch. She was like shining it into the crowd. I'm like, bro, like it's just the little things. You know what I'm saying? Like, the little things like actually go a long
the thought
way.
process.
Yeah,
love that. I feel like there is definitely a space at the moment for this like experimental out there.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like R&B or like, because it's got they bring the vocals in that sense, but like. The production is just completely left field, like completely taken away. Like, there's an artist that I listen to called Smurz.
Yeah,
SMERZ, and it is part of it's just weird. Like it is not all of it is 100% like a listenable album, but then the little pockets are like. Beautiful, like so beautiful. Or have you listened to the most recent 070 Shake album.
I actually haven't, you know.
It's
yeah,
unbelievable. And like I found 070 Shake through like dance tracks. Like, that's what I knew him for. And suddenly this album it's all like existential R&B, like really like washed out production. It really sick. And I think what we were saying earlier, this genreless space is like allowing people to kind of come through with a sound that is completely like, their own, completely their own. Anybody else that you're
some unexpected stuff. Trying to think now. Because the footwork stuff's kind of been like
it's living in your brain,
it's like taking up a lot of space in my brain. I guess like I listened to Fontaine's DC quite a bit.
Yeah, that was our album of the year.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not mine, but for the podcast collectively, it was our album of the year. Yeah, and it is serious.
There's also this like duo called like Soft with like 2 T's.
Oh yeah.
They're like I think they're like maybe somewhere from Spain, but it's like Latino hyperpop.
Oh, swear. Okay.
But it's like a vibe. Though.
Yeah.
It's like you can listen to it in a club.
Yeah.
But you can also be like, just like vibe out to it.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
I'm gonna add this to my list.
Yeah. Might not be unexpected, but David with a 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he dropped a EP or like a tape this year. It's just like again, his sound like it's weird, but it's wonderful. It's like it's almost like I guess it's rap, but it's also like whoa, like there's no genre to this stuff.
Yeah. It's the way forward. And like one of the things that I'm loving at the moment. So we do picks of the week. On a week bit, and I'm. It could be an advert that I see on Instagram or a snippet that I hear on TV, or like I'm shazamming random bits of music, finding the album, deep diving into it, and I'm being like, what the? Like, there is just so much out there at the moment. Like, it's part of it's overwhelming, but like in terms of like just being able to like find new music and like discover it, it's like the best part of doing this. I'm just experiencing and like listening to way more music than I ever have in my life. I'm loving it at the moment.
I saw something. It was like apparently on Spotify, like 90% of the songs on Spotify have like under 10 streams.
What?
Yeah. It was like a triangle. It was like 90%. So that's like most of the music on Spotify has barely been listened to. That's insane.
And there's so much quality out there.
I know.
There's so much quality.
It's kind of like whoa, like it's almost like an ocean, like
it's the iceberg. Facts. And this is why platforms like this and platforms like Dotwavnotwave exist. So you can discover it because it's out there for you, but people aren't necessarily.
It's hard to discover stuff. I feel like, especially even me, like you get stuck in the habits, you know. You have your go-to like artist that it's just like I'm just gonna
listen to this
all the time.
Like once you find something you like that provides a level of comfort in it.
Exactly.
You like it for a reason. If I'm having a long day, I'm not gonna stick on something that I have no idea whether it's gonna be good or not.
You need to be active. Like you need to have like you can't just you kind of got to listen. Like you know you can't just have it on. That's why I feel like with Spotify and stuff like, or when you're on the go, I feel like it is so hard to listen to new music like on the go because like even on the train, like there's always stuff going on.
100%.
It's kind of like you can't really focus on the music like 100%, which is kind of annoying. But I guess then it's kind of like you need to find the time to actually like want to listen to it and want to like discover it, engage with it, you know.
And I think as well, it's like I personally, obviously because of vinyl recipes, I like listening to albums in full. I enjoy that as a process.
Same.
Like if you don't have the time to like get through a full hour, like it breaks the
it's like there's no point listening
exactly
to it.
Like I don't want to listen to it and then halfway through cut it and jump back into it because like the whole point of me listening to the album is to experience the whole thing. So like you need to find the right time, right place for it, and like distractions come in. I live with people, so that means if they're coming in like it's like if someone comes in while you're watching a film, it's like I mean, like, leave me alone. And it's hard to make that time. But when you do, and like when you are able to find that like gem, all worth it.
Yeah.
All worth it. Like some of the best music that I've ever heard, I've listened to and found in the past 2 years, regardless of when they were released. Like just from making a concerted effort to like, oh, I like this track. Why have I not dug deeper into this artist, or why have I not like given it a go? It's the way forward. But again, life is busy. Everyone's got shit going on. Like it's not for everyone. The last thing that I want to do is give you a bit of space just to chat. You are a man of many parts, bro. I feel like you are one of the most active people that I feel like from meeting you and having like an awareness of you prior, because I think I went to one of your Bellamy sets that Renell did. Yeah.
That was like one of the best ones that we've done.
That was cold.
Because like Zach Emmanuel Pavlova, he was like doing the vinyl and stuff, and we were just like, bro, like that was also like a preparation one as well, because we were trying to like prep everyone before, like, yo, this is gonna be the
vibe.
beats.
I
remember even some random people came as well. But bro was like, "Oh, can you play some drill?" We're like, "Bro, it's vinyl."
No. That was cold. Who was on that?
It was like D Wills, Renell, Simon, 8 Season. We had Can't Stop Fiends from America. He played at the end. That was like even the first time, one of the first times I've ever met him. Like and yeah, he actually dropped an EP around Valentine's Day, and I should have brought that up when I talk about genreless music, because he's like, it's like his sound is like very trap, but he's got like an Amapiano tune on there. It's like Amapiano trap.
Yeah,
it's like,
what's that project called?
I think it's called Everybody. No, not Everybody. I Love Fiends. Like this.
Yeah.
But the Amapiano one is called Judgmental. But the whole thing is good. Like he sent it to me like before it came out, and I was listening to it like on the way to like, I had a set at Hagston.
Yeah.
I was like, bruh, why the fuck did I not listen to this before? I went on the way to the set because I wish I had my laptop. Like I want to play this shit.
Yeah,
I want to play it. I want to play it. Honestly, I'm
gonna split that on. I'm gonna split that on once I leave.
Yeah.
So what is coming up for you? What you got going on?
So we're doing like a takeover at Brick Lane Jazz Festival.
Sick.
On the Sunday, 27th of April. We've got Oracle, myself, Nori, Roman Floetic performing live.
Sick.
And then we've got Naim Juna doing a cypher at the end. And then in the middle, it's a collab with Third Culture. So we've got Third Culture guys. I don't think it's Earth who's playing. It's like Natty and my boy Jaden as well. So he actually kind of set up. He was like, "You trying to do it with us?" Like why not?
Why not? 100%.
Yeah, first festival like thing that we've done.
And Brick Lane Jazz Festival is it's a good day out.
Yeah, I went there last year. I was like, damn, like it's busy. It's a busy one. I feel like this year it's probably even be a bit better, because the headliners, firstly, they got like Rags.
Yeah.
And they got Dialy.
Did you see Daly at
Jazz
Cafe? He killed it. He killed it. That was the first person I saw when I got in. I was like, straight to the...
He was wicked.
He's sick.
Mad. And they also got like some guy called Laraj. I think that's how you say his name. It's like Laaraj. I think it's like jazz. But do you know what's so bad? The only reason I heard about him is because there's this brand that I really like called Online Ceramics.
Okay.
And they did a collab with him. Like they dropped like a tape. They dropped like t-shirts and shit. I'm looking at the website like, Who is this guy? This was like 2 years ago. I Googled his name, and I think he had a show in London like around the same time, but it was sold out. I'm like, okay, cool. So bro, it must be like he's got. I haven't listened to his stuff, but I kind of want to wait until I see him live.
Yes, might as well.
Yeah,
Rags will be.
Yeah, Rags is sick.
Rags will be ram.
Rags is sick.
Because he cancelled his tour last year. Yeah. So this is a thing, because it's tough to put events on.
Little Sims did that as well.
And who's rescheduled? Kofi Stone that he had full like half of his tour left. Put a post out like last week or the week before, being like, look, I can't physically afford to keep this tour going. Like it's not viable. Jeez, it's like, well, if you man aren't doing it, like what hope does anyone?
That Bare Sugar album from Rags was like, when that came out, I was like, it was on repeat.
It was unbelievable. We there's a singer called Freya Layla. She brought it on as one of her highly recommended. Yeah. She was like, I couldn't stop listening to it.
Yeah.
Couldn't stop. Rags is, I think, a really good representation of like what alternative R&B in the UK. Like what R&B, because I think I think very, very strongly. I'm a like what's the word? What's the word that I use? I'm an Anglophile. Right. I think UK music is guaranteed the best in the world. I think we outdo America, and also like the fact that there's so few of us and how much good music comes out always blows my mind. But I think UK R&B is at a level that is just Rags is up there for me. Obviously, with the year that he had, Odile is just like he's just going on to a different stratosphere. There's this group called Hills, like H.LLS, bro. Tape One is one of the best things I've listened. Like it is one of the. It's kind of got the. It's kind of got the like late night R&B vibes, but it's I think way more musically like elevated. Yeah. And they've got like a who's who of like they've got like Coltrane on it. They've got random people just all from the UK R&B scene, and it is like a 10-track album, pretty much no skips. Like it is elite. Man. It is elite, and they've got this, and their vibe as well. Like their whole promo marketing is like who is Hills, who are Hills, and like they don't show their faces. They've got all these posters around being like who are Hills. Like their Instagram is super minimalist. Like
I love that shit.
Everything about it. I actually shouted them for the podcast, and they were like, "We would love to, but we're not really doing media like that." And I was like, I fucking rate it. Like, I'm so fair, so fair. I just think the state of like, even on like a more like traditional side, I feel like El Mean is just like he's unbelievable. My favorite artist right now, like hands down, is Sipo. I don't really know about, but listen to 2 takeaways from this. Listen to Tape One, Hills, and listen to anything by Sipo.
You know, you're familiar with No Guidance?
Yes.
Word.
Word. Bringing the boy band back. They have pipes like
it's different.
Because you don't. This is the thing. Like in our generation, they've got like Boys to Men harmonies. Like, we don't have any comparison. Like, there's nobody out there doing what they're doing as like male vocalists. Like, and they still make it cool, relevant. Like then it's not like corny or whatever. They're sick. They're so sick. We're in good hands. Like, we're in good hands.
And Nia Smith as well. She dropped like the extended version of her EP. Bruh. Just bruh.
Speechless. I think she's so talented. I think she's so talented. And this is the thing, is like this is just off the top of our heads.
I know.
Like there are so many artists that I've just like popped into, and I'm like, oh wow, you're making tunes, and this is just R&B. Let's not even take like, I think in dance music, I feel like the UK is coming back in a vengeance. I was saying recently, I'm so here for the like renaissance of all D&B, drum and bass, jungle, like, because in its UK fashion, where it is a little bit more authentic and like a little bit less like commercialized, I'll fuck with a D&B rave. I'll go like that was how I started going out. Like, jungle raves was a lot of my like teenage to uni experience. But then suddenly everything shifted. I was can't remember who I was talking to. A rapper, Suzanne. He was like, everything moved in the like 2010s away from the gritty, nastier side of it to something that is like a bit Americanized. Like you had the influences of your Skrillexes and things like that coming over into the dubstep coming into the UK, and then that kind of washed away like our sound. And now, I mean, obviously the obvious ones are like the Nia Archives or whatever, but like even
it's coming back now.
It's coming back.
Even the parties as well. Like there's a party, they call themselves Junglicious.
Oh yeah.
They do like jungle rave, like jungle parties basically on an often basis.
That's sick.
And even like DJs like Sims.
Yeah.
Like, bro's been waving the flag.
And I think this is the thing.
Flag, and now it's like, okay,
now is the time to capitalize.
That's
the thing, is like everything comes in cycles and waves, and if you keep doing the thing and you're still there making your music, like you'll find the point in time. I remember chatting to Renell about this, because he was like, even if nothing ever popped, like I'd still be doing it.
Yeah.
So it's just like not just because it's not at the height of it now.
Yeah.
Still staying true to the music that you want to make, and then eventually the it's like stars align, like you say, like the right moment, right time, and people will take it in.
Exactly, that's what it's about as well. Like if you build, they'll come. That kind of saying. Like,
facts.
I always think about that saying as well, because it's like, bro, like even if like you know like instant, you don't want instant results anyway. But I feel like because of the way that like society is now, you got likes, comments, and shares, all this stuff. People are like, oh my god, I need this, I need that, because that's like a validation.
Yeah.
But it's like not really, because no,
because
like,
it doesn't. It doesn't translate into genuine like support.
Literally,
like numbers and things are great, and obviously those are in this day and age like a direct indicator to like financial success, and that's how. But then the idea of having a community and like being able to build something that, if I 2 years ago or 5 years ago or 10 years ago had found this thing I would want to go to, that is way more like impactful and way more powerful than me being like, oh yeah, like 100 people shared my thing. Like that doesn't mean anything. That's a faceless thing that's in the ether. Like I went. Have you ever been to like an Ori jam?
Yeah.
So I went to like the Jumbi jam session recently, and I was like, what's the guy, Fred, who runs it, New Graphic? He's just done it right. He's cultivated a thing that is financially viable. It's putting people on, like it's giving people an opportunity to share their talent. Like talking about UK being in good hands. Like these are people who are just chilling around doing. They've all got their 9 to 5, but they've got, this is what they love.
Yeah.
The talent was through the roof, like off the fucking charts, but it's intimate, small. It's not like this massive thing, and they just keep it ticking along, keep it growing, and it's growing into something where when they do their big events, like they can sell out Jazz Cafe. Like they have a strong base, but it's still rooted in the like original, like supportive community, like growth element of it, which is as it should be.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty of it. That's what like
I'm here for.
Yeah, facts, 100%. That is pretty much everything. I feel like we've covered all the topics. I've really enjoyed myself. I hope you've had a good time.
This is my first like proper like podcast, so
I hope it's been it's been a
thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me.
100%. Thank you for coming on, and I will hopefully have you back on again. I feel like we can have some music chats. We'll come in with like some debate topics and get it cooking because this was really fun. Thank you at home for listening and watching. Be sure to, I know I just said like shares and likes don't matter, but please like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Follow us on all the social medias. Follow Kieran and Dotwavnotwave. I'll put all his socials in the description, so don't worry about that. But we'll catch you next time around the rest of the place. Peace.
See ya.